Good evening. It's 8 o'clock. I'm Sally Burdett, live from Johannesburg. Your top stories this evening. Former Bosasa COO Angelo Agrizzi implicates top names in government and state departments, and he's not done yet. But already the pushback begins. Lawyers' letters have started to fly. This, of course, is two more commissions into possible wrongdoing within the NPA and the Public Investment Corporation kick-off. And we also go to a village in northern Limpopo where the people have waited 8 years for a promised fire station. Well, let's start with the State Capture Commission of Inquiry. Former President Jacob Zuma, Environmental Affairs Minister Nomvula Mokonyane, ANC MP Vincent Smith, former SARS boss Tom Moyane, senior NPA prosecutors, Arms Corps CEO Kevin Wakeford. They are among the big names dropped today by Angelo Agrizzi. And he's not done yet. The former COO of the Facilities Management Company has told the inquiry that Nomvula Mokonyane received undue money and gifts from the company. The self-styled whistleblower is alleging he counted and delivered monthly bribes of 50,000 rand to the minister. Here's reporter Erin Bates.
Angelo Agrizzi is claiming he was worried about Bosasa's bribery. But the inquiry's legal team head isn't buying it.
I want to suggest to you that the second part of the paragraph is there to make you look better.
Agrizzi is saying he complained to his boss, Gavin Watson, about flaunting Bosasa's political clout. Yet he was an active participant in the same bragging, like providing the cake for Jacob Zuma's birthday.
I had to drive through to Cafe Mozart and deal with a gentleman with Fritz with Mr. Watson and actually design this cake there. It had to be ready the next morning. It was on Zuma's 72nd birthday. That there is actually the Bosasa Group logo.
Agrizzi is dropping the names of the former president, a sitting minister, and senior prosecutors in the NPA. Pages of his statement refer to Environmental Affairs Minister Nomvula Mokonyane's alleged monthly bribes.
When a request like that was made, I was told to leave everything and personally go and see to it. So I was personally involved. Although I might not have made the food or put up the tent, I would have had to authorize it, sign it, and hand it over. I know the monthly amount was 50,000 rand.
Where was Mr. Jacob Zuma going to feature in regard to what she was going to do?
He features further on in the statement quite heavily in terms of the Hawks investigation and that. And she was going to speak to him.
Bosasa also allegedly ordered Christmas groceries for the minister.
There was 120 cases of cold drinks, 4 cases of high-quality whiskey, 40 cases of beer, 8 lambs, cut up, obviously, 12 cases of frozen chicken, 200 kilograms of beef in various bribe packs, and then numerous cases of premium brandy and some specialty alcohol.
But Mokonyane's spokesperson is questioning the credibility of his claims. Agrizzi is also professing Bosasa organized catering for tens of thousands at ANC's Siyanqoba rallies. And 2019's first witness has told the Commission 3 ANC MPs received bribes, including Vincent Smith. Alarmingly, Agrizzi's implications stretch to the inquiry's own legal team. Secretary Khotso de Beer, who stands accused of being a Bosasa beneficiary, is out. Zondo's due to announce an acting secretary on Tuesday. Erin Bates, Johannesburg.
And in the wake of those massive allegations, the legal pushback begins. Minister Mokonyane's lawyer, as Erin mentioned, is raising concerns about a flawed process due to the leaking of the allegations against the minister yesterday. Tom Moyane's lawyer is due to issue a statement sometime this evening, we believe, about the allegations against the former SARS boss. Arms Corps CEO Kevin Wakeford has been granted special leave in the wake of today's claims that he benefited from Bosasa. The company says he requested the leave so he could have enough time to prepare his evidence for the commission. And advocate Nomvula is denying that she was bribed by security firm Bosasa, which of course is now known as the African Global Group. The suspended Deputy National Director of Public Prosecutions is vowing to clear her name. Today she appeared at a different inquiry set up to probe her fitness to hold office. The probe is also looking into the conduct of suspended Special Director of Public Prosecutions Lawrence Mokonyane. Govin Whittles has that story.
Angelo Agrizzi's testimony at the State Capture Commission has scuppered the start of the inquiry into controversial prosecutors Nomvula and Lawrence Mokonyane.
The team and I have not had an opportunity to obtain this. We have formally requested a copy of this affidavit from the Secretary of the State Capture Inquiry this morning.
Jiba and Mokonyane are strongly denying claims they've stalled a criminal case relating to Bosasa's contracts.
She has not received anything. She has not received a notice. So she's not in a position to give any direct response to the allegations themselves, except to say she has not received any money from anybody. She has performed work with diligence and with professionalism, and she will give her evidence at the right time.
Now the suspended Deputy NPA head is fighting back.
She stated on record that she denies those allegations very emphatically, and we placed that before this particular inquiry before Judge Mohoro.
Jiba's already met with the State Capture Commission's investigators. She's due to take the stand as a witness at this inquiry next month. Govin Whittles, Centurion.
But we are not done with probes this evening. A commission into the Public Investment Corporation kicked off today with 2 executives claiming all is well at the PIC. Poor investment decisions have seen government pensions losing billions, while allegations of corruption are dogging the entity. The inquiry is investigating why the corporation invested money into certain companies, placing the government pension funds at risk. Major concerns were raised when the PIC lost billions after putting money into the failed VBS Mutual Bank, as well as into Steinhoff. Now, the Commission's calling on anyone who has evidence and who's willing to testify to come forward. Let's move on to other news now. And a fire station under construction in Limpopo since 2011 has still not opened. Residents of a village near Malamulele said the project was meant to bring jobs and emergency services to the area. Instead, the building's been vandalized. Residents say they've lost hope in the municipality reviving the project. Our reporter Zikona Chona visited the village to find out how much money has been wasted and why exactly the project stalled.
The building of this fire station in the remote village of Shigalo in northern Limpopo began in 2011. This facility was meant to provide emergency services to a number of villages, many of them much further north in the province. It was also meant to uplift the community.
Corruption. A ta ku kuna ximanga hi mhaka ya ku mali va yi tlangisiwini ene contractor u hakeliwa njhani a nga hetangi ntirho wa yena. Xin'wana xi hi hlamarisa kunyana leswa magezi leswi nga yivayiwa la so endla nga ku hi va lava a va tirha va contract va nga tlhela va ta swi vandalize va swi teka. Swi dline swi vandaliziwile swilo hinkwaswo ku fayeteriwa ndhawu leyi yi cakanyeteriwa hinkwayo malayiti.
We struggled for days to get comment from the Vembe district municipality. Eventually, they responded. The municipality blames the delay on the 2014 protest when Malamulele residents shut down the town, demanding their own municipality. They say now work has resumed on the project and have placed a security guard on site. But the headman says the community has lost all hope.
Ni twa ku vava ngopfu ambilwini ku sula ku va teki misava ya hina va hi tlangisa a swa ha ni tsakisi mhaka ya ku swilo swo tala swi onhakini hi teki misava hi bohelela nengeni wa pfuku ku ya hi loko hi swi langutini hi ku loko swi ri ku swilo a swi tshamiseki kahle la a ku fanele ku ri ku tirheni.
8 years on, 8 million rand spent, still no fire station, and now another promise from the municipality. They plan to spend another 5 million rand to complete the project in the next year. Zikhona Shona, Malamulele in Limpopo.
A sad day for the sporting world. Fans, family and the football fraternity paid their respects to the late Chipper Masinga at a memorial service in Soweto today. Former Bafana captain Lucas Radebe described the fallen star as a football icon. Mourners gathered at the Grace Bible Church in Pimville. Masinga's children shared memories of their father. Many of the striker's former Bafana teammates were also there, including Dr. Kumalo, Andre Arendse, Mark Fish, Sean Bartlett and Daniel Mudau. Another memorial service will be held on Tuesday in the Northwest Province. Philemon Masinga will be laid to rest at his hometown of Klerksdorp on Thursday. He died at the age of 49 last weekend of cancer. Still ahead on eNews, we're going to head to Davos ahead of the start of the World Economic Forum. And all your business news, of course, with Rafiwa.
Absolutely, Sally. So the rand traded a little softer against major global currencies today. And this, of course, is at market focus still is on Brexit.
Rafiwa joins me now because it's time to get down to business. But of course, all eyes are on the World Economic Forum, which is kicking off in Davos, Switzerland tomorrow. President Cyril Ramaphosa will lead the South African delegation. The key question, of course, can he convince investors to splash the cash? And joining us live there now, Annika Larsen, looking very warm and wrapped up. Thank you very much for stopping in the snow to chat to us. What's happening? What's going to happen?
Okay, well, it's minus 27 degrees. I'm about to fall over because the snow and the ice are so thick. But to get back to business, the theme of the World Economic Forum this year is the global architecture in the age of the fourth industrialization. Now, the cynics would say you're either here with the leaders of Amazon, Facebook, George Soros, Google, and heads of state from all over the world because you want to make money, you have a lot of money, you have a lot of power, you want more power, you want to run the world, or you have a social conscience, or, to call it cynical, a party to plot world domination. But Team SA assures us that that's not the case in any of those examples. They simply want to raise the investment future of South Africa as a brand and as a destination where they can invest in, where it's easy for foreign companies to come and start up businesses, to start job creation. What they've always said, but they want that $100 billion before 2023, and the president's going to tell us tomorrow whether he's on track or not.
Absolutely. Annika Larsen, thank you very much, coming to us live there from Davos. Lovely to see her, looking quite warm despite those freezing temperatures. So South Africa is there. That's fantastic. Let's hope they make a splash. But the United States of America is not. How important is it that Donald Trump is not there?
Sally, it's very interesting that Donald Trump has decided that himself and the delegation that was initially set to go to Davos this year have decided not to go. So he's been quoted as saying that it's a huge waste of money for people to get together and socialize for a few days. Now, people say that it's important because last year he was one of the leaders, the leader that every single head of state wanted to meet with. This, of course, was his first meeting as President of the United States. So a lot of countries were looking to forge relationships with him. A lot of these didn't happen as they would have liked, so it would have been a continuation of conversations that perhaps began last year. So it might be a blow to some of the leaders that are there this year looking, like South Africa, looking for investment opportunities to perhaps get in a word with the president and really just saying he's not going to be there. Of course, he's dealing with the shutdown at the moment.
Yes, of course. Well, lots of big corporates, global corporates are there, so let's hope South Africa can impress them. How have the markets fared today?
Let's have a look at those markets, Sally. So it was a good day for the local bourse. The JSE closed higher and the performance was led by heavyweight Naspers, while the banks and the gold miners were under pressure just like last week. So Naspers was up a solid 3.3%. On the commodities front, news of China's economic slowdown didn't have too much of an effect on that oil price, and this is even though China is the world's second largest crude consumer. Platinum gave up up some of its gains, and gold was flat. The rand, on the other hand, is largely unchanged from last week against major global currencies. It is still looking ahead on that important parliament seating of Brexit tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Rufiwe Madzena. We'll chat again to you tomorrow. And someone else who is not in Davos, of course, is Theresa May. In the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister is unveiling her Plan B for Britain's exit from the European Union. Among the new proposals, scrapping the £65 fee for European citizens wishing to continue living in the United Kingdom after the split with Europe. Now, May's Brexit Plan B will be debated on the 29th of January. Her first deal, of course, voted down overwhelmingly last week, but she did manage to survive a vote of no confidence. Still ahead, we'll speak to our weather centre, Joel Guy, standing by. Hi there, Joel. And then a Durban man is transforming unwanted objects into towering, beautiful sculptures. Let's get your weather with Joel Guy in Cape Town. And Joel, I see a lot of the thunderstorms have cleared up.
Oh yes, Sally, we have dry weather that is setting across much of South Africa now. That's because of a tropical depression that is affecting the central parts of Mozambique. You can see the heavy rains going on over those parts of the country. And we stayed with cloud-free skies throughout Monday, and it looks like similar weather is expected on Tuesday for much of the country. However, we start off the day with a little bit of rain along the southwest coastline and the adjacent interior, thanks to this cold front that will be passing through these parts of the country. It will be mostly fine for the rest of South Africa, but later on in the afternoon we could see just a 20% chance of thundershows for parts of the northwest, extending through the Free State down into parts of southeastern South Africa. Then in the evening there will be a better chance of rain and thundershows for parts of KwaZulu-Natal, with quite a bit of cloud creeping into eastern Mpumalanga and the Mpumalanga escarpment areas. Now, in the Northern Cape, we are going to stay with mostly sunny and sizzling hot weather once again on Tuesday, with temperatures pushing into the upper 30s for the eastern parts of the province. We are going to see partly cloudy skies for much of the Western Cape, with a little bit of light rain and drizzle in the morning around Cape Town and Hermanus, and it's going to be sizzling hot for Beaufort West, shooting to around 35 degrees. Mostly sunny and hot weather is going to persist for the central and northern areas of the Eastern Cape. Isolated thundershows for the eastern areas. It will be partly cloudy and dry for the coastal areas, with East London and Port Alfred both warming to around 26 degrees. Mostly sunny and hot weather is also forecast for KwaZulu-Natal, but there is a chance of thundershows around Kokstad, where a hot 32 is forecast for the maximum temperature. We are also going to see mostly clear skies across much of Mpumalanga, where highs in the lower 30s are expected. Similar weather is forecast over the Limpopo province. It will be pretty hot for the western areas as well as over the low-felt parts of the province. We are also going to see mostly clear skies across the northwest, with that very small chance of thundershows in the afternoon, and highs here are going to lie mostly in the mid-30s. We are also going to see mostly clear skies for the Free State, Bloemfontein and Velkom, peaking at around 36. The weather is going to stay pretty quiet in Gauteng, with daytime temperatures warming up a touch, reaching the mid and lower 30s on Tuesday afternoon. Then looking ahead to your Wednesday, we should see a few sprinkles of rain over parts of the south coast, the Eastern Cape coastal areas, as well as around Pietermaritzburg and Durban. Otherwise, we stay with mostly sunny and hot weather for the central and northern areas. But as we head towards the end of the week, isolated rain and thundershows will start to creep into eastern South Africa. It will stay mostly sunny and hot for the western sections. That's all from me, Sally. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Joel Guy in Cape Town. And finally, from junk to treasure, a Durban man's transforming recycled steel into works of art. It's caught the eye of organisers of one of the biggest horse racing events in Africa. German-born Florian Junger sees art in almost anything. He's been given the chance to breathe life into these large steel horse sculptures. Works that have taken 10 weeks to complete will be displayed at the prestigious Sunmet horse race this weekend. To recap your top story, and former Bosasa COO Angelo Agrizzi implicates top names in government and state departments. He's not done yet, and already the pushback begins. Lawyers' letters have started to fly. From me and the team, it's a very good night.